Welcome back to Book Dive. Ready for your morning dose of inspiration?
I know I am.
With strapping cause, today we're taking a deep dive into a classic that's been inspiring people for generations. How to Unlock Their Potential,
Oh, yeah.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Such a good one.
It is. We've got excerpts from the book, and we'll be weaving in a little historical context, I think, just to bring it to life.
Yeah, I think that's a great approach. One of the things that makes Hill's work so interesting is this blend of personal development, but also
Yeah.
almost like a practical magic kind of thing.
Yeah, like he genuinely thought that you could, like, manifest success.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so the book opens with this young Napoleon Hill meeting this steel tycoon, Andrew Carnegie.
Oh, yeah, Carnegie. I mean, one of the wealthiest guys of his time. He was absolutely convinced that there was like a formula for success, like these principles you could teach people.
Yeah.
And he challenged Hill, like, spend your life figuring this out, research it, compile it, share it with the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically, Think and Grow Rich is the result of this 20-year journey, all kicked off by a challenge from one of the most successful people ever.
That's a lot of pressure.
Talk about pressure.
Huge. And you know what's amazing is that quest led Hill to interview over 500 successful people, like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison.
Wow.
Just, giants.
Imagine those conversations. Right.
Yeah.
So, all right, the book's big central idea is that burning desire is the starting point for anything you want to achieve.
Yeah. Without that burning desire, that deep yearning for something, Hill's saying you're not going to really get anywhere significant.
Yeah, okay.
And he even uses the story of this guy, Edwin Barnes, as like a perfect example.
Oh, yeah, Barnes, like the kind of regular guy who just had this extraordinary desire to work with Edison, not just for him, but with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's crazy is how Barnes actually makes it happen. I mean, no money, no connections. But he is so determined that he hops a freight train to Orange, New Jersey, just to meet Edison.
Right.
Talk about dedication.
Can you imagine showing up at Edison's lab and you just look like, I think Hill even describes him as an ordinary tramp, and you're telling this legend, hey, I want to be your business partner.
Yeah.
You got to admire that boldness, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? It worked. Edison, who was, pretty good judge of character, he saw the fire in Barnes and gave him a shot.
Yeah.
And Barnes starts with, menial tasks, but always has the bigger picture in mind. Years later, boom, Edison's business partner. Proving that burning desire plus persistent action, it can break any barrier.
Yeah, it's like that saying, leap and the net will appear. You just got to take that scary first step.
That's it. And that's fueled by burning desire, that belief in your vision that's so strong it propels you forward.
So Hill, he goes on, he emphasizes the importance of, definiteness of purpose. Like, you got to have this crystal clear objective.
Yeah.
He shares a story about Dr. Gonzalez and this dream that he had of building a school.
Oh, I love that story. It just illustrates the power of vision so beautifully. Dr. Gonzalez didn't just kind of wish for a school. He had this picture in his mind, like a blueprint. It was so detailed. He knew what it would offer, how it would benefit everyone.
Yeah.
And he just held on to this vision with complete faith.
Well, then there's that moment where he's at a luncheon with Philip Armour, the meatpacking guy.
Yeah, the magnate.
Right. And he has just a few minutes to share this dream of his. Talk about pressure.
I know. But the key is how Dr. Gonzalez presented it. He didn't plead for money. He just spoke with so much passion and conviction and just painted this clear picture of what the school could be.
Yeah.
And, Armour was totally captivated.
And the result.
$1 million donation to build the school.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the power of a clearly defined goal and just passionate belief.
Yeah, it's not wishing or hoping. It's like your vision is so sharp, you can practically touch it and then pour your heart and soul into making it real.
Exactly. And, speaking of collaboration and shared vision, Hill brings up this concept of a mastermind group.
Ooh, now this is where it gets really interesting. The mastermind is like, you've got a group of like-minded people. They come together to support each other's goals.
Yeah. It's like a synergy, like this alliance where everyone's, combined intellect and energy. They create something way bigger than they could on their own. Like, think Avengers Assemble, but for success.
I love that.
Yeah.
So Carnegie, he actually attributed a lot of his own success to his own mastermind group.
Oh, absolutely. He was really strategic about it, surrounded himself with brilliant minds, each with their own expertise.
Yeah.
And he fostered this culture of collaboration, and this collective intelligence. It fueled his decision-making, helped him achieve these incredible results.
Hey, if you're enjoying this deep dive so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out.
So Henry Ford, his close friendship with Edison, it was like this powerful mastermind partnership.
Oh, interesting.
They bounced ideas off each other, challenged each other's thinking,
Yeah.
inspired each other to, reach new heights.
I love that. It's like this reminder that even the most brilliant minds, they benefit from collaboration and support.
Absolutely. And Hill even takes it a step further. He suggests you can even form what he calls an invisible mastermind.
Okay, now that's interesting.
Yeah, like mentally connecting with great minds from the past, drawing inspiration and guidance from their wisdom.
Wait, so you're saying we can tap into the wisdom of, Lincoln, Emerson, even Napoleon Bonaparte just by focusing our thoughts?
Precisely. Hill himself did this. He would mentally converse with what he called his invisible counselors.
Wow.
And he believed he received guidance from them. It's about harnessing the power of thought and belief to connect with sources of inspiration beyond just our immediate circle.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. It's like having a personal board of advisors,
Yeah.
accessible anytime, anywhere,
Yeah.
Just by focusing your mind.
Yeah.
It really makes you wonder what's possible. I mean, imagine the potential if we could all tap into this vast reservoir of knowledge and inspiration.
Absolutely. It really does, open up a world of possibilities. But shifting gears a bit here, we got to talk about Hill's perspective on fear,
Okay.
He spends a lot of time on this in Think and Grow Rich, calls it the biggest roadblock to success.
Yeah, he gives these fears this dramatic name, right?
Yeah.
The 6 ghosts of fear.
The 6 ghosts, exactly. He identifies these 6 fundamental fears that he thinks hold people back, fear of poverty,
Yeah.
criticism, ill health, loss of love,
Okay.
old age, and death.
I mean, that kind of covers it, right? All the anxieties all in one neat package.
Right. It's a pretty comprehensive list. But the crucial thing here is Hill argues that these fears, they're often rooted in our imagination, not reality.
Oh, interesting.
They're like phantoms in our minds. They prevent us from taking action, pursuing our dreams.
So for example, fear of poverty, that might keep someone stuck in a dead-end job. They're too afraid to take a risk, or pursue something more fulfilling.
Exactly. And fear of criticism, it can totally stifle creativity, innovation.
Yeah.
People get so worried about what others think. They never express themselves, share their ideas. It's like they're trapped in this cage of self-doubt.
He talks about how the fear of ill health can lead to hypochondria,
Oh, yeah.
where you're just fixated on symptoms and worried about getting sick all the time.
Absolutely. And then there's that, fear of losing love, which can make people, cling to bad relationships or avoid intimacy altogether.
And he suggests that even the fear of old age can rob people of their vitality, make them feel, useless, irrelevant.
And then, of course, the big one, fear of death, the most primal fear, it can just cast a shadow over, everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's heavy stuff for sure,
Yeah.
but Hill, he doesn't just leave us with these fears, right? He offers solutions.
Of course, yeah, he emphasizes that understanding the nature of fear is the first step. We need to see that fear is often based on our perceptions, not necessarily, what's actually real.
Yeah.
And then we can start to break down its power over us.
So it's about facing our fears head on, not letting them, run our lives.
Exactly. Hill also suggests replacing those negative thought patterns with positive affirmations,
Okay.
It's about shifting from fear to courage, from doubt to belief.
Now, one of the most thought-provoking and, let's be honest, kind of controversial parts of Think and Grow Rich is Hill's idea about transmuting sexual energy.
Yeah, that's where Hill gets super metaphysical.
Yeah.
He proposes that sexual energy, it's this potent force,
Okay.
and it can be channeled, transmuted into creative energy.
Okay, so That's a bold idea. How's that supposed to work?
So he suggests that instead of, suppressing or just indulging in sexual desire, we can redirect that energy towards other pursuits.
Hmm.
He points to like Napoleon Bonaparte, Abraham Lincoln,
What?
known for their strong libidos, and argues that they achieved greatness by like transmuting their sexual energy into ambition and drive.
Interesting. So it's not about denying or repressing natural desires.
Yeah.
It's about harnessing that energy and channeling it toward a different purpose.
Exactly. Hill believed that this transmutation could lead to greater creativity, focus, even like a stronger intuition,
Hmm.
which he calls, the sixth sense.
The sixth sense? That sounds mysterious
Oh, yeah.
and intriguing.
Yeah, so Hill describes the sixth sense as like this intuitive knowing, an ability to like see opportunities, make decisions that, logic can't really explain.
So it's that gut feeling, the hunch that leads to breakthrough.
That's it, yeah. And he believed it's the source of inspiration, those aha moments, that
Yeah.
lead to success.
It's like tapping into a deeper awareness, right? A like source of wisdom beyond our conscious mind.
That's exactly what Hill believed, yeah. He felt that by mastering the principles he lays out in Think and Grow Rich, especially, transmutation, developing the success,
Yeah.
individuals could achieve, success and fulfillment, like beyond their wildest dreams.
It's a powerful idea that we all have this like untapped potential inside us.
Yes.
This ability to achieve great things if we learn to harness the power of our minds and connect with, a higher source of wisdom.
Hill believed that we're all capable of so much more than we realize, that our potential is limitless, if we
Yeah.
can tap into that inner power.
And before we, get too lost in the metaphysical stuff, let's bring it back down to earth.
Okay, yeah.
Hill also emphasizes this more practical concept. He calls it the law of economics.
Ah, yes, the law of economics. Hill was a big believer in free enterprise, but he stressed that, true wealth, it's more than just luck,
Yeah.
or circumstance.
So not about getting something for nothing.
Definitely not. He believed that, real lasting wealth comes from providing value, serving others,
Yeah.
meeting their needs. It's like this win-win, the giver and receiver, they both benefit.
That makes sense, creating something of value and, receiving abundance in return.
He uses this like simple example, like a breakfast,
Okay.
to illustrate this point. Think about like all the resources, all the effort it takes to get that meal to your table.
Yeah, I mean, you've got farmers growing the food, truck drivers, grocery store workers, cooks. I mean, so much goes into it, right?
And behind it all, there's this like organized capital, the investments that make all this possible, right?
Right.
He'll argue that we often take these things for granted. We forget about, this whole web of services that like supports our lives.
It's a good reminder that wealth creation involves so many people working together,
Yeah.
you know?
It's about contributing to something bigger
Yeah.
that benefits everyone.
And he emphasizes that, while America offers these amazing opportunities for wealth creation, it's not like those riches are going to magically appear,
You got to put in the work, develop your skills, offer something valuable.
Right. Freedom and opportunity are essential, but they're not guarantees.
Yeah.
You got to take action, seize those opportunities,
That's it.
create value.
And that's where Think and Grow Rich comes in. It's like a guide to, harnessing the power of your mind to achieve your goals, create wealth, not just for yourself,
Yeah.
but for everyone you're serving.
It's like aligning your own ambition with this sense of service,
Yeah.
using your talents to make a positive impact while, achieving financial success.
Yeah, that's key. It's not about choosing between wealth and making a difference. Hill thought you could do both.
If you're finding these insights valuable, there's an affiliate link in the description where you can get your own copy of Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah, check it out.
It's a timeless classic.
He really is.
The power to change your perspective in your life.
It's a book that, it really makes you think and hopefully inspire some positive change in your life. But as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to highlight what I think is like Hill's most profound message.
Okay, I'm ready for the grand finale. Hit me with it. What's the ultimate wisdom?
So Hill, he was convinced that at the root of all poverty, and I don't just mean like financial poverty, but any kind of lack, right?
Yeah.
It all boils down to fear.
Sure.
And not just fear of not having enough money, but fear in all its forms. Fear of failure, fear of criticism, fear of taking risks. He argued that fear, it paralyzes us, keeps us from taking action.
Yeah.
And it ultimately traps us in a cycle of, scarcity and unfulfilled potential.
So our beliefs, our mindset, they have a huge impact on, our financial reality, our success overall.
Exactly. He believed that by understanding and confronting our fears, by consciously choosing courage and faith over fear and doubt, we can break free from those limitations and create a life of abundance, not just financially, but in every area of our lives.
That's a powerful message to end on. It's like a call to action. Step outside your comfort zone, challenge those limiting beliefs, and go after what you really want.
It is, and it beautifully ties together all the principles we've talked about. The burning desire, the definite purpose, the mastermind, the sixth sense, even transmuting energy. It all comes back to mastering our minds
Yeah.
and conquering fear to unlock our true potential.
So Think and Grow Rich. It's not just about getting rich. It's about living a rich life, a life full of purpose and passion and achievement.
Precisely. Aligning your desires with a higher purpose.
Yeah.
Using your talents and abilities to make a real difference in the world.
Wow, what an incredible deep dive. I feel like I've gained a whole new understanding of success and, the power of the mind. What about you? What are like some key takeaways that you'd want our listeners to really think about?
Well, for me, it's Hill's emphasis on having that clear, defined purpose. That vision that excites you, motivates you. And then surrounding yourself with that supportive mastermind group, people who believe in you and your vision.
Yeah.
But most importantly, conquering your fears and cultivating that unshakable belief in yourself, your ability to achieve anything you set your mind to.
Those are some incredible insights. And for everyone listening, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your biggest takeaways from Think and Grow Rich in the comments below. What resonated with you? What actions are you inspired to take? We love hearing from you.
And if you haven't already, check out the affiliate link in the description. Grab your own copy of the book.
Yeah.
It's an investment in your personal growth, one that could pay off for a lifetime.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep thinking, keep growing, and keep diving into those big ideas.